Now it may be that you want to rotate your viewport in your AutoCAD drawing. We're in our bedroom detail tab, and what we've got here is, as you can see, a portrait shaped viewport on a landscape shaped drawing. So ideally what we want to do is rotate this viewport. Now surely if you rotate the viewport, the view inside the viewport isn't going to rotate with it. Well, there's a variable in AutoCAD that allows you to make sure that the view inside the viewport follows the viewport rotate. Let's just type the name of that variable in. It's called VP rotate ASOC. So type VP and then the word rotate, and it's all one word, and then ASOC, ASSOC. So it actually stands for Viewport Rotate Associative, but it's VP Rotate ASOC. Press enter and it will prompt you for a value. Now at the moment VP Rotate ASOC is set to 1. Leave it at 1. If it isn't 1, type 1 in the box and press enter. Now you've set that variable VP Rotate ASOC. Now we need to rotate our viewport. So if I select the viewport like that and then go up to the Home tab here, I can use on the Modify panel the Rotate command. Rotate is right there. So I click on Rotate and it will now prompt me for a base point to rotate that viewport. I'm going to use the bottom left corner. That's the endpoint snap there, you'll notice. Make sure that your object snaps are on. Remember down here on the status bar, object snap. Hover there and click. Now, as I move around, because I've got polar tracking switched on, it'll lock in as it rotates. Can you see that? But the rotation angle you want to enter is 90 degrees, 90, in that box there, and press enter. That rotates the viewport. Now you'll notice the view in the viewport has rotated with that rotation. That's because VP Rotate ASOC was actually set to 1. Look what happens when it's set to 0. If I undo that rotate that I've just done and type VP Rotate ASOC, it's one of those ones that is always a little bit complicated to spell. Press enter and set that to 0 and press enter. Watch what happens this time. I select the viewport, I select rotate, I select my base point like we did previously, and the angle is 90 degrees and enter. Looks a bit messy now, doesn't it? Because the viewport has rotated in relation to the model, not in relation to the viewport itself. So we undo that again by using undo on the quick access toolbar here. We make sure that VP Rotate ASOC is set to 1. So VP Rotate ASOC, type it in, press enter, put 1 in the box and press enter again. Then we rotate our viewport. There's the viewport, select it, rotate on the Modify panel, base point bottom left corner, and the rotation angle is going to be 90 degrees. Now all we need to do is move our viewport. So we select the viewport again. We go up to Move here on the Modify panel. We pick this corner here again, same corner, just rotated, yeah. We then drag this way and just click and drag. Now, the reason I'm getting that nice drag is because polar tracking is on down here. See this polar tracking? That's set to default angles of 90 degrees. So it will just let me drag nice and neatly horizontally using the mouse until the viewport is central on the drawing. Click once and there's our rotated viewport with our rotated view inside it. Now you will notice that when I click on the viewport and look down on the status bar, that has not affected the locked viewport or the locked scale. So the recognise 1 to 25 scale is still there. So VP Rotate ASOC allows you to rotate your viewports in your drawings to suit the drawing orientation, either landscape or portrait, but also to suit you, depending on how you're setting up your viewports on your drawing.